before we begin, fuck off.
I'm muting myself.
Before we begin this week's episode, a great loss has again struck the Kill James Bond podcast universe. This is someone who, you know, was a mentor to all of us coming up.
A lover.
A lover.
A friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, and pursued by many for his countless war crimes, not least in Cambodia, but really across the globe. I'm referring, of course, here to Geronimo the alpaca, still dead.
Still in our hearts and the ground.
Yeah, it's the reverse double fake out. Henry Kissinger is dead. Enjoy the episode.
Yeah!
Woo! We got him!
Okay.
Kill Henry Kissinger. Yeah.
Welcome back to Kill Henry Kissinger.
Thank you to Nicki Minaj for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nikki.
I think we're good. I think that's a cold open. We can cut that into something. I don't know.
Cool.
All right, fine. I'm doing the thing.
I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'd be glad to cut off one of my arms.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Kill James Bond. I am Alice Caldwell-Kelly. I'm joined, as always, by my friends Abigail Thorne and Devon.
Hey!
How you doing?
And we have a guest. We have Josh Borman from the Worst of All Possible Worlds joining us. Josh, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. It's exciting. I'm up at 8 a.m. to do some podcasting, and I'm so excited.
See, you have like morning recording energy. We have like an afternoon recording energy. It's, you know, real transatlantic hours.
Absolutely. Well, and I've consumed, I think, hopefully enough coffee that I'm awake and alert. We'll find out, but you know, I think we're doing pretty good so far.
And we have made you
tortured
watch...
you a little bit here.
We've tortured you by making you watch a film called Agent 3S3 Passport to Hell.
It does not live up to the title. This is an aggressively mediocre film.
Why would you need a passport instead of, like, are you leaving hell? Are you, like, what's the sort of transit itinerary?
They don't let you in if you don't have one.
Yeah, hell's border control measures.
Well, surely you would want, like, a ticket to hell rather than a passport, right? Like, I realize this is kind of a fine distinction to make, but...
Who is issuing the passport? Who has visa-free travel agreements with hell, you know?
Well, hell is actually in the Schengen zone, yeah.
See, Goku has visa-free passport.
Yeah, Goku does.
All the time,
I hate it when I'm trying to get into hell and the E-gates don't work because my face has changed. So
like penis detected at hell passport control. And it's like, for fuck's sake. So, Agent 3S3, we're in the dregs. We're really in the dregs here. I'm struggling.
This is another German movie. I have some stances about Germany that I've ginned up from this. First of all, they shouldn't be allowed to make movies anymore.
I expected better from Germany.
This is the second German one in a row.
It's Italian.
It's not German. They distributed these in every different country and they gave them a different title. The one that we watched was an English dub of the German release, which is called Agent 3S3 kennt kein Umarmen. No, not kennt kein
Passport to hell?
He kennt kein Erbarmen. He knows no mercy.
He knows no mercy. Oh, that's probably why he's going to hell.
Yeah, but it's Spanish-Italian in terms of the production of it. Which, if you thought that like either Spaniards or Italians are good at making movies, this movie will disabuse you of that idea.
Hey, Italians are good at making movies. I was at Django, it was good.
Yeah, we just watched a really good Italian movie, but
they make it into movies.
I'm having a when prophecy fails thing here. I still think Germans shouldn't be allowed to make movies, even though I've been disproven.
that's yeah, maybe. But so we begin with some footage of me going to Tesco Express at 6 a.m. for hot Doritos. We have a beautiful woman sort of running down the side of the road in her nightgown, making maybe the most pornographic noises.
I did notice that.
Yeah, this was such a strong opening. Not image exactly, but the image it was painting in your mind, audio-wise, was very different from what we were actually seeing on screen.
It's very clear that, like, the actress who dubbed this, whether she's the actress on screen or not, I don't know, had, I think, mostly worked in films of a less family nature, let's say.
Is that true, or is it just that's what women sound like when we're out of breath?
I mean, I don't know. I'll have to do some experiments and get some women out of breath to try and find out, but all of the ways I can think of doing that are kind of confounding variables. Anyway, this beautiful woman.
I'll fucking say.
This beautiful woman, she's like running and she's like fleeing in terror in the night. And I'm like, oh, this is potentially like a compelling start to the thing. This is maybe interesting. And they're not doing a 009 scene,
Of course
right?
we're doing a 009.
I'm a fool.
This
I'm
is
a fool
Earth's
in woman's
first
shoes.
female 009.
Yeah, they let a woman's 009.
This is feminism
Because of
now.
woke.
Because of woke, she gets to be the spy who is just like instantly domed off in the first scene, as we like to call it, the 009. she like a dude comes to her rescue and she's like, oh, thank you, some men broke into my house, and you know they're probably chasing me, and he just kills her and retrieves a microfilm from her body. You never see a microfilm these days, and you go,
What are you talking about? We've seen a million films where the thing is a microfilm.
Nowadays, I guess microfilms have fallen off.
yeah, I think microfilms have fallen off a bit.
They've fallen off in favor of the USB drive, right?
Yeah.
Well, now we just text it on WhatsApp. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I liked the sort of middle ground when it was like a mini disc, you know, like sort of Mission Impossible 1 sort of era when everybody was killing everybody for like a floppy drive or a
Yeah,
laser
they were
disc
like a
or
fucking
something.
PSP UMD, little fucking tiny.
I'm storing all my like secret data on the PSP UMD.
I store it all on a laser disc so nobody can run away with it.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a vinyl record full of secret documents. So,
If you see somebody dressed as a clown, if 009 dressed as a clown tries to sneak out of your building with a laser disc, you're going to spot him.
It's true. So he picks up this microfilm, and you're like, oh man, this microfilm's going to be important. That's what they in the business call a MacGuffin, right? It's that everything's
does it
going to
come back, actually? Does it ever?
No, they forget this
literally never
exists
again.
as soon as it's off the screen.
It's almost like the 009 scene is some kind of like ritual that we're just engaging in. We don't really know why we're doing it. It doesn't really affect anything.
You sort of break the bottle of champagne over the 009 at the start of the movie to ensure a sort of
A
safe
bountiful
career.
bond.
You gotta kill a spy and take his fucking microfilm in order for the film to be good.
Yeah.
This trench coat lady, because that's the only thing that she's wearing in this scene is a trench coat, right? It's heavily implied that there's nothing underneath. She doesn't serve any purpose to the plot either, I don't think, right? Unless I missed something.
She's the inciting incident. We find out who she is. But so take the microfilm and we get into some very cheap but surprisingly not bad titles and an actual song for the first time.
Yeah.
Swinging.
Yeah, banger, remedially.
Sort of.
Remedial banger.
It's a shifting average, to be honest with you.
Yeah. If you grade on a curve.
It's like an attempt at an early storyboard for a James Bond opening sequence, right? Like it lacks any of the motion, it lacks any of the angles or real camera work. It's just like, oh yeah, this is a first draft.
It's like
Well,
hand-drawn.
it's 65. They'd only seen like 3 official Bond openings. I guess they hadn't cemented the form enough.
And I think they were working on a titles budget of like $5. So
yeah, this is dead cheap. Everything about this movie is dead cheap. But so the titles end and we play some
Hard
sort of,
cut
Yeah.
from the theme music.
Hard cut. Lots of hard cuts in this. No one knows how to do fades. No one even knows how to do wipes. Only cuts. And we hard cut to the placard of a Soviet embassy in the US and some sort of like alarmingly cool background music that never occurs, causing me to write maybe the least comprehensible note to anyone else I've ever written in this notebook, which is simply play that funky Soviet embassy music, white boy.
honestly though, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
My favorite genre is Soviet embassy wave. So
It's interesting because we get 2 M scenes in a row. So M is turning up to the Soviet agency, Major Taylor, he's just M. My notes say he has a cool burgundy suit and he meets the Soviet ambassador. They're all friends. There's something hilarious happens where the Soviet ambassador offers him a whiskey and he pours him like half a pint glass of whiskey and M just necks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's cool. So, the other thing is he talks like this the whole time.
Excuse the ingenuousness of my question.
please exercise forbearance with my perspicacity. Both of them talk like this. And because I didn't realize this was M at first, I was like, is this chubby guy with the mustache our James Bond?
I was hoping.
Oh,
that
God,
too.
I wish.
He talks like Zap Brannigan, but with a thesaurus. It's really good. I would have watched the movie if he was Agent 3S3.
No.
But no, he talks to agents. He talks to Soviet M, and Soviet M is like, listen, we know that your trench coat woman has been killed. Her name, by the way, is, and this is like if I was trying to make up a name for like an attractive Dutch woman, Elise van Sloot.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Come on.
Really?
That's her name, Elise van Sloot. And
Fucking drag artist name. Come on.
so Elise van Sloot has been killed. And
She was CIA.
Yeah, she was CIA, and the KGB guy is
Cunty
very
intelligence agency.
is keen to say this wasn't us. This was a shadowy organization known as the Organization.
Spectre. It's Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre did it, and therefore you got to go get them. And we promise that we'll help. The Soviets do not help at all. They never show up again.
I was slightly taken aback at like how close they were. I mean, you mentioned this, but like they were just buds. They were just hanging out. It's American and Soviet in 1964, and it's chill.
Yeah, necking half pints of whiskey together
Sure.
in the U.S. Embassy in DC, I guess.
So we also learn that Spectre is being run by a guy whose name is Mr. A. Right?
Yes.
Inventive, aren't
Yes.
Like Blofeld. Also a good song by the Hoosiers. And the Soviets have a photo of his daughter, Jasmine, in Vienna. So next
This
location,
6x9
Vienna.
glossy of this beautiful woman who is inevitably related to him.
Oh, in fact, no,
just-
it's not a 6x9 glossy of a beautiful woman. It's a 6x9 glossy of a child.
Of a child,
and this becomes
yeah.
important
Oh, yeah,
later.
right. Yeah,
No, yeah.
This is very important.
I forgot this bit in the next scene. Yeah.
So since Soviet M has now explained to us what's the deal with this movie to M now has to explain to Bond what the deal is with this movie. So we get our second briefing scene.
Yeah, we have to go meet Bond, and I forget that like karate was, I guess, the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
In 1965, because this is like the third movie we've seen where they introduce their Bond doing karate, doing like the worst karate you've ever seen.
Hey, can you break a board with your bare hands? I don't think so. That's what Agent 3S3 is here for.
I mean, that was in the last one with a Secret Agent Fireballs, the like motivational like karate board
Yeah,
thing.
Wired Lenin, yeah.
What were they cooking with the karate shit in the 60s? I don't know.
They loved that shit. They were all about it.
Yeah, but so we realize that M is like a false Bond. It's
Like
a false Bond
kickboxing
contains a seed of the true Bond. And this was like an M on M meeting in the Soviet embassy. And so he hands Bond this photo of this child, right? And he goes, all right, this is the daughter, we think, of Mr. A. And you gotta do what you
can make love to her, blackmail her, torture her, even marry her if you want to.
which is interesting.
Again, not great.
No,
Yeah.
All
no.
this spy cop shit, woo.
And Bond says,
Bond-
this is a
oh,
photo
I
of a
have
child.
the line. I have the line. He says,
But isn't she pretty young?
That snapshot was taken years ago. Right now, she must be 19 or 20.
Still not quite old enough.
But
No,
his
still
response to this
uncomfortable.
is, now you're beginning to arouse my interest. And my
Yes,
notes just say all caps nonce.
my notes also say all caps nonce. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
At this point, he's also presented with a special bullet. And
Yes.
this is presumably going to pay off later on.
This is your one gadget. It's
It's a
one
bullet.
bullet
It's a
engraved
single
with the
bullet.
letter A for Mr. A. You can decide whether or not to kill him. We don't really give a shit. If not, and I'm barely exaggerating, you could like use it as a keychain or something.
He's like, yeah, you can shoot him with it, or it's a good luck charm. I don't know.
Yeah, just whatever. Here's your one bullet.
They didn't give him a gun, so he's probably going to have to throw that at him really hard. But anyway.
Giving your secret agent exactly one bullet on a mission is the kind of shit that like they think goes really hard, but you get made fun of it in the forums. Like people talking about it in War Thunder, just being like, this guy's insane.
He's got one bullet.
One
Yeah, that's
bullet?
all they could afford. Also, there's two M's.
It's the fucking thing from Barry, right? With the bullet where he gives him the bullet. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I'm so sorry, I haven't seen
Oh,
Barry.
okay, got it. Never mind. Fuck it.
It's quite similar to the
So
man
this-
with the golden gun, though, because he gets given a bullet
There's two M's, right? And one of them has a mustache. He's the one who was like necking half pints in the Soviet embassy, and one of them doesn't. And they switch between them in the briefing. And for a second, I thought M had like necked the half pint of whiskey, shaved his mustache off, and then gone to find Bond. And every line that this second M says sounds like an MF Doom sample. I can't. Once you notice this, you can't stop. I noticed this with Rambo, and now any older American actor saying a line about like how hard someone is sounds like a Doom sample. So he just says,
has been directly or indirectly responsible for a series of atrocious crimes and has become a most dangerous menace to the security of half the world.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Post Malone owns a mobile home. Like, just good stuff.
you can hear, I'm hearing the D&B beats in my mind right now, right? This is like a Fabric Live drop.
Has been directly or indirectly responsible for a series of atrocious crimes and has become a most dangerous menace to the security of half the world.
so you gotta go find this woman. She's in Vienna.
Next location is Vienna.
This is another thing, right? After the last movie we saw, what kind of secret, depraved Viennese agreement was there to use that city as like a hub of cheap spy movie filmmaking?
I don't know. It's romantic.
Tourism, baby.
It's pretty.
But like the Viennese city hall was like funding shitty movies. This goes all the way to the top, you know.
Maybe Roger Moore was fucking the mayor of Vienna. I don't know, like he was fucking Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah, fucking like a sort of elderly, like Austrian social democrat. So we cut then to
Legs.
a beautiful woman in a bikini, and this is impressive actually, because the single least flattering pan over a beautiful woman in a bikini I've ever seen. It looks like it was taken with the front-facing camera.
You've never seen me by the poolside, then.
Here's the thing, though. She still pulls it off somehow.
She's but it's a weird angle. So like you can see like her neck rolls and everything. It's like really like that was the take that they used, you know.
But these women are props, two of them, and a guy walks over to them. He's called the Professor. He's holding two cold drinks and he like puts them on the girls sunbathing to kind of like shock them. He flirts with them, and then he goes to his yacht because it's time to do villain shit.
By the way,
goes
crazy. Cravat, sunglasses, and sweater. It's like he looks like a sort of kind of like Chad Mr. Rogers. It's wild.
We've had an evil yacht. We've had like an evil spy group on a yacht before here, and every time it is cunt.
Well, this is the thing, because
it looks like such a fun like work environment
as
well.
Genuinely, they try and make him look evil by giving him a racially diverse crew. Which is just like, check this shit out. He's got an Asian woman. He's got a black guy. He's got like a guy who speaks sign language, I guess. You know, aren't you afraid yet? Isn't this sinister? Like, I don't know. It seems pretty
something
nice,
I do really like about this movie is we actually spend a lot of time with the henchmen, getting to know them. We get to know some of these henchmen way better than we do 3S3.
Yeah.
But he briefs them and he's like, "Yo, 3S3 is on his way to Vienna. We know he must know something about Spectre. Go fucking get him."
Yeah,
fuck him up.
But what he says is because the drop has this recurring problem, as you heard at the start, right? Where everything has the strangest diction. And so the professor, he picks two of his guys, who is a guy who more probably should be called the professor. He looks quite professorial.
very
much
beardy.
more,
and Terminator X, the guy who speaks with his hands. And he goes,
This is a job that will be taken care of by you.
Okay.
Thanks.
And
very much.
He says that we got our orders from Mr. A. So go to Vienna, fuck this boy up. So we go
to Vienna and fuck this boy.
So we go to Vienna and we meet Jasmine, who is all grown up. She is impetuous and independent.
She is. She's leaving her palatial house to go and get on a bike with a guy who I suspect is meant to convey tough.
Oh my god!
But actually, just hits you with Tom of Finland drawing.
My note here is just in all caps: leather biker boyfriend we love. I just This reached right down and touched my very heart.
She's extremely Tory coded. She has like really
hot Tory.
Yeah, she does have hot Tory vibes, I'm afraid. She has a very cute red Mercedes. She like smokes a cigarette as she's driving along. She's got like,
she doesn't know her boyfriend is gay.
No, she doesn't know that. She has a cape and like a Holland Cooper cape and like one of those like stupid Tory hats that only insane posh women can wear. She looks like she's gonna like strangle pheasants or something. It's insanely hot.
Perfect. And so her gay boyfriend takes her to a beer cellar, right? Where some first of all, Agent 3S3 is there, right? He's nonsense, but also so are all of his boys, who are also all dressed like Tom of Finland bikers.
Yes.
And they are doing the most intimate homosexual things. There's like 40 things that are gayer than having sex with another man if you're a man, and they're doing about 30 of them.
The thing that was so exciting about this scene for me was that when we did the stream, I think it was last week, we saw it. We saw this particular scene. For me, this was the moment where I was like, oh, I need to see what is going on with this movie, because you have these two guys who are arm wrestling. Yes. But they are arm wrestling with a full pint glass between the two of them. They are both holding said glass.
Yeah, they're trying to like drink from the glass while the other one like restrains them by the glass. It's so perfectly dangerous. It's like bank account chicken. It's like...
Yeah. And then they actually end up breaking the glass, and like it cuts one of their hands, and there's something very like primal and dominant about this.
Intimate.
Yeah.
It's so intimate, like gazing deeply into your like beer wrestling partner's eyes.
And like he bleeds, and then what? Then what? Like, do you drink that shit? Like, what happens then, man?
I mean, hopefully.
I feel like you can't. It's be rude not to at that point,
right?
Yeah, right. Like you're that far.
You offer someone a drink, they're supposed to drink. That's how this works.
Yeah.
3S3 is there in his suit and tie.
Yeah.
And he is confronted by the Tom of Finland, who first of all, very deliberately and quite fairly, like flips his tie out of his jacket, which is sort of. Agent 3S3 tries to put the moves on Jasmine.
Right.
Gets confronted by this guy, and what 3S3 does is he like perfectly languidly, like lovingly pours an entire pint of beer over this guy's head, and the guy looks up like I have seen less gay things like involving actual gay sex.
It is wonderful. So these two men are just gazing into each other's eyes, right? Like eye contact, perfectly locked, one on the other. The beer is cascading down over this man's face,
sex dream,
dripping down over his cheeks, while 3S3 stares him in the eye, asserting his dominance over him in this profoundly masculine way, while simultaneously...
Hold on, it for so long.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. I love it. I love it.
I mean, they fight, and again, it's like this whole time I'm like, you contrive elaborate rituals
to touch other men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the worst song in the world is playing underneath.
Sorry, that's my next note. Is this fight scene was scored by the guys who did Surfin' Bird?
Right.
Yeah, it's the unlicensed Yugoslavian copy of Surfin' Bird, because just in the background there's a guy going bab 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 bab.
You're like, okay, this part's a dive.
Very unusual. Yeah.
Just hanging out with your boys in like 1960s Vienna. You've got it all like leathered up, and you're gonna go
so many bandages
wrestle.
on my hand.
You're like staring each other in the eyes. You're holding hands in the background. It's just like everyone's like, I love this bar, man. This is our spot, dude.
Because also a big piece of it too is that this is not just like this music is actually.
I'm gonna make Tom cut in a bit of this. Actually, I'll provide it.
This music is happening in the world of the movie.
Yes,
it is playing from the jukebox.
Yes,
completely.
And the thing is, he's going to the jukebox to do this, which means that someone has selected this. It's not on a radio. Someone has pushed a combination of buttons to be like, oh, fuck yeah, that's my favorite song. The one that goes...
Fight's breaking out.
Shit, throw on the Trashman's greatest hits, boys. It's a fucking fight. And then he wins the fight. There's more things here. First of all, this guy can't fucking fight.
No.
Just simply can't do it. What a shame.
Oh, well.
We'll get to that later on. That's
Again, I have not seen any of my fight scenes in Redacted yet. I am not going to comment. I was told the other night that they look great. Oh.
I feel like you did more than one take of it, though. Like, that's gotta be...
That's true, yeah.
So he impresses Jasmine, and then he negs her like a total pickup artist by dancing with her hotter friend.
Oh,
and the line is incredible.
All right, you win. You can dance with our girls if you want. Including yours? Yeah, sure.
We don't care. We're gay.
Wasn't even that interested in her. He was like mostly there to like beer wrestle, man.
I'm fascinated by the internal lore implications of this too, in terms of the rules of this bar. Right? I'm so obsessed with this bar.
We're just gonna. The bar has like dynamited the rest of the episode.
The rules start of this bar.
Yeah, genuinely.
The rules of this bar seem to be that if you're a newcomer, you can show up, you can hang out. You're not allowed to put a song in the jukebox, which we saw when he tried to, when 3S3 tried to go and put a coin in.
You're not allowed to dance with any of the women everyone's ignoring.
Until you go in there and you clean a guy's clock. Once you have done that, then and only then will you be accepted.
Yeah, if it's your first night at this beer cellar, you have to find it.
If it's your first night, you are bottoming.
Listen, you can go to one of the like more chill kind of like munch things prior to, and then get an invite. But like membership, you get there, you have to.
Yeah.
They don't let single women into the bar. They're like, no.
Why are the girls even there?
I don't know. Maybe they're like, I feel safer here because no one's hitting on me. I mean, that was the So
he dances with a girl for about 15 seconds.
Yes.
And then she just says, "Come," and takes him into the back.
Right.
And I'm like, did he fuck that girl? Is that
in
what
the dark
happened?
rooms, yeah. I mean, it's a little perverse to like have heterosexual sex in the dark rooms at a gay club.
You do it in the bathrooms out of respect, usually.
It feels a bit like it's like sort of colonizing. You know?
Is
but,
that
like,
what happens?
It is legal.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Then we just cut to a casino, and I'm like, who was she? What happened? Did we? What?
Listen, the text is the text. We all saw it.
Yeah, Jasmine gets her feelings hurt. She leaves to go to a casino, which is a great sort of hot Tory move, where she is cheating at roulette, which I don't.
She cheated.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
How does she cheat at roulette? I missed that piece.
I don't know. She's picks
waiting
the right
to put
number.
a bet down. I guess. Like, I think that's what it says. Is she's just waiting to put a bet down to a last possible second.
Oh,
yeah.
But I thought that
she waits too long, and 3S3 puts the bet down instead.
Oh, it's an incredible shrug.
That's what happened in that scene.
Yeah, that's what happened. Don't worry, I'm gonna need you to do this for me in a few scenes that come out later.
Yeah, no,
so they have like a kind of not very interesting romance, right? Where.
Well, you say that, but actually what happens is he wins a roulette, and then they just cut to them making out in the car.
True.
Yeah, she talks about her family, and he goes, "Oh, you're like descended from the Crusaders or whatever. I can tell your blood is fully blue." And her line is, "Actually, my blood's only half blue. It's half black from the pirates."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's
I'm
up?
like, interesting.
And 3S3 says something like, "Wow, I love pirate blood."
Yeah, I'm mixed race, inbred and pirate. All right.
Do pirates have black? Are pirates orcs?
I don't know. I have no idea. What is happening
pirate
anymore?
birthing pit. You have to like run a guy through with a cutlass.
That'd be great though.
So she's like, I probably.
He comes out so gooey, but he's still got a tricorn on.
Yeah, pirate orcs a good bit. So so she's like,
yeah, do it, but like,
I probably can't see you again for a bit because I got hot Tory stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he leaves, puts on a Peaky Blinders hat, and then
they arrange a date for a weekend.
They do,
yeah. And the Blowjob Brothers show up. The two guys who the professor has told to go and kill him.
Yes.
Try and like squish his car between two trucks. And this is like, I guess maybe it's okay. Like, you don't have to work hard to make a Nazi truck look evil. It's like an old truck in Vienna in the 60s. It's a Nazi truck. And the truck brothers try and like squish his car together.
This is Beatty and the sign language guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me write that down.
He just gets out of that by like ducking and rolling. Yeah. He just opens the car door and like rolls down a hillside.
Well, so this was another thing that I was not clear on. Is the implication here that both the car in front of him and the car behind him, that they're both controlled by the bad guys? Because
there's one in each.
Okay, got it. Very good. My other note about sort of this section is just everything to do with the music. The music comes in time and time again here. They're very heavy on the electronic organs, which is always a delight. And by a delight, I mean it's really, really hard to listen to.
So he successfully escapes, as do the Blowjob Brothers.
And this is where I start to like the movie. Because
what?
Well, because instead of cutting to whatever the fuck Bond thinks in his like fucked up nonce brain, we have a scene between the two henchmen, Beatty and the sign language guy, as they ride a Ferris wheel and they discuss like HQ are pissed off because we failed to kill Bond. Now Mr. A has ordered us to kill both Bond and his daughter, and they're like morally conflicted about this, and they're like, I don't know if this is right, but like, I guess we're gonna have to do it.
Orders
and
are
like,
orders, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice scene.
It's a good line. I liked it. I've got the line here.
What can a man think of? Of what stuff is he made? When to defend his safety, he orders the death of his own daughter.
That is the plot.
Good.
That is the plot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Golden Wind. Word for word, that is the plot.
I quite like the sort of like professorial character. He's named Noble, like Nobel. Although one thing I am gonna say though is that I am sick of this fucking background. Like the Viennese conspiracy to make Eurospy movies. I'm sick of looking at this fucking Ferris wheel.
It's the fairground and it's town hall, and those are the key locations.
It's like, we all saw The Third Man. Like, I don't need to see anybody sort of like plotting archly on the big wheel ever again. Yeah. Thank you.
It is nice though. I agree that like this isn't just a plotting. They are not just plotting, right? They are really wrestling with this order and what it means to be a good human. It is the closest that this movie gets to any sort of like introspection from any of its characters.
Yeah.
And the way that he delivers it has a very like, what a piece of work is a man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, right? It's
Hamlet.
Yeah.
So he goes to meet with the daughter, Jasmine.
His final line, by the way, we find out what the mute guy's special skill is, and it's that he's capable of imitating anyone's handwriting.
Holy shit!
That's his thing.
Yeah. So he goes to Jasmine with this perfectly handwritten note saying, "Trust this guy, do whatever he wants. I'm your dad. Love." Your dad.
That's right.
Whoa.
And she says, he says, yo, Bond works for the CIA. He doesn't really love you at all. And
he followed you for 3 days trying to do the perfect introduction, which first of all is like good, get his ass on the Spy Cops thing. But second of all, that means he decided that the perfect place to make that play was the gay beer keller. Which is a fascinating piece of decision making.
He did a South African accent. It looked like Tommy Wiseau. It was very odd.
Lingered, Mark.
That's a deep callback to the Saint. But he says, okay, we've got to stop Bond. And she said, you're not going to kill him. And he said, no, nothing too dramatic. So I want you to like tell us when you're going to meet him next. And she says, all right, we've got a date this weekend.
At my art studio. And an art studio, it turns out, is where you have a bunch of people write random bullshit on your walls. It's cool.
Yes. It kind of it kind of do be that way sometimes.
Yeah, I've literally done this. Yeah, like it's fine. If you invite me to write on your walls, I'm gonna write on your walls.
You can write on my walls sometime.
Yeah,
you can't write on my walls.
Yeah, just gonna screw a fucking.
They're not mine.
Mirror into it.
So at this point, she's in the art studio waiting for him, and the two operatives show up. I'm trying to not keep saying the Blowjob Brothers, but that's what they are in my head, right?
Yeah.
And the handwriting guy?
Terminator X.
The handwriting guy, unfortunately, looks a lot like Eddie Marsan.
It's true. He's gonna like wait hidden in her apartment for the guy, and then she's gonna be provided with a sleeping potion, and she's just gonna have a drink. She's gonna like knock herself out and knock him out, and they're gonna like take him away and tell him, listen, it's over, go home.
Yeah, he's like, this is a sleeping thing. Just have a sip so he knows it's safe to drink from. You'll be fine, but he'll get knocked out.
It's definitely
She's completely
not
on
poison.
board.
It's not poison. She's
completely on board. I want to be clear.
I appreciate making the hot daughter or whatever slightly evil. I appreciate that. It's you don't generally do that.
Yeah, she has like more agency than a lot of women in films like this that we've seen.
So Agent 3S3 shows up late, knocks
What's
on the
his
door.
first move?
He knocks on the door. She opens the door, and he uncle chops her in the face.
Oh, it's so
Uncle
good. It's like just fully chops her out, and
It's gone, babe.
You can't do that.
It's straight.
Bro. You just
bow, hits the ground
Opens
right
the
away.
door.
Knocks out the date.
Instant.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like we're not shown anything that would lead us to believe that he knows this is a trap or anything.
Yes,
So it's a
He
total
he watches Beatty and the sign language guy leave from the window
does he?
earlier on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does he?
but he's still. I feel like you should like say I'm very sorry or do something charming, not just.
Uncle
I gotta go
chop
for
a
it.
woman in the face
Yeah.
is the main thing. You can't
Yeah,
do
for
that.
a start,
That's
it's
like-
got to be the back of the neck.
That-
Like,
right.
yeah,
that's
it's like against the Geneva
That's the
Convention
canon.
or something,
It was honestly, this was a genuinely shocking moment for me. I could not believe what was happening in front of me, and particularly the fact that this was then accented once again musically, because so many of my notes are music notes. We have this 3 instruments composing this particular bed of sound. We have electronic organ, guitar, and muted trumpet underscoring this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Soundtrack perfect.
So he goes in and he finds the second blowjob brother in there. And what he does is we do 2 of my favorite things that you can do in this type of thing. One, the guy is so big that he like shrugs off the uncle chop. Always love that. The second thing that he does, and this is in like close combination, is immediately like spinning and throwing a knife at our boy. I respect anyone who just has like a throwing knife on deck. Like that to me is incredibly powerful. I'd love to have a throwing knife.
Yeah,
if that's your move, fantastic.
The throwing knife is just one of those things that you need to keep in your inventory at all times,
Yeah.
just in case you run out of ammunition,
100%. If you get good enough at it, you just throw that one knife and then the problem's basically taken care of itself.
And all you need to do is put more points into low tech. Anybody who's played Deus Ex knows this.
So he tricks one of the like lesser tier thugs who's with Noble into shooting dead the other guy, the sign language guy, by sticking his dead body or his unconscious body from being uncle chopped in the elevator and sending it down so that they think that it's him. And then as they escape, he tries to like climb onto the back of their tiny shitty van and like slow it by pulling it back, which is
Noble manages to get away.
Yeah, he doesn't really. This is they could have made something more of this, but he doesn't really fully pursue it. Like he doesn't motor.
No.
He needs to
goes back
motor,
to
and he
Jasmine.
doesn't. Yeah, well,
he like
we know what he really
kidnaps her.
wants. Yeah.
And then when she wakes up, like threatens to torture her for information.
Yes, he does.
Does drop this line, which
When I have a date with a girl, I always like to make sure she's left her hoods behind.
it's cool. I don't. And don't worry about it. but this like torture scene, or rather this interrogation scene, is like, hey, tell me everything I want. No. Oh, go on then. Okay.
Oh no, I
Like-
really like this because she then says she wakes up alone with this guy who she's been told is like CIA and who knocked her out, and she's like,
Sure.
"Do you want a drink, maybe?" And like tries to give him the poison. I'm like, yeah, like immediately she's like still an active person trying to get what she wants in this scene.
Good counterplay too, because she goes, "Do you want whiskey or cognac?" And he asks for vodka. Obviously, harder to slip something into a clear drink. Smart stuff here.
Right. So she is under the belief at this point that this special fluid that she's been given to mix with the drink is something that will knock them out.
Yes, we'll knock him out, and she'll be fine with just a
Of course, in truth, it is the tasteless concoction that kills you instantly.
Yeah, he has a little gadget. He has a little testy strip that he holds over the thing that like glows pink in the presence of the liquid that kills you instantly.
Yeah.
And so as she's about to drink
I guess.
it, as she's about to drink it, he like smacks it out of her hand.
He goes, hey, how long have you been around?
What's that line all about?
Like,
this is such a classic evil dad move. She was completely on board. He's just also trying to kill her just for drama.
Yeah.
He just loves spilling people's drinks, actually.
He's all about
It's the second time he's done it.
Yeah, he just like pours it on her head.
She sees the like pink test strip and she's like, okay, I like trust you implicitly now. My dad is in Beirut, and once again I go, I'm theorized. I'm getting closer to the truth here of the existence in the mid 1960s of some kind of fucked Viennese Beiruti conspiracy to allow Eurospy films to film in their cities.
It's the Paris of the Middle East.
It's like Vienna, Paris, Beirut forms some kind of Bond triangle.
Horrible triangle, yeah.
I think I've seen a pillow that has that on.
Yeah, Margiela, Paris,
Vienna, Beirut. Actually,
exactly, and like in every other movie,
that just says that. Actually,
that's true. Oh god, that's really good.
Vienna,
James
Beirut.
Bond, Paris, Vienna, Beirut.
Yeah, that's really good. Actually, I would like that.
The three cities where you can be.
The only other thing that I wanted to point up real quick about that scene before we go to Beirut is that there is a point at which they rip off the Bond chord progression wholesale. The underneath it goes. Don't
worry about it.
And it's great.
Legally, they can't do anything about that. But so we go to Beirut, and like in every other one of these movies where we go to Beirut, the DP just gets bored and goes off to do some street photography.
Yeah.
Again,
always does.
My notes say Beirut, city of people who didn't consent to being filmed.
Yeah, street photography in Beirut of the 60s, not an easy or like rewarding profession. But I tell you what, I mean, Beirut, it looks like a beautiful city then, it's nice to get these shots. But so our boy Noble goes back to Beirut, goes back to the professor, knowing he is about to get Kronstein.
This organization does not tolerate failure.
It doesn't. And so he goes, I think that this organization should tolerate failure. And the professor goes, I have this new idea. I think maybe we should tolerate failure.
Interesting. I actually have a different view on that.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill him immediately. I was fully expecting him to like touch his hand to the metal plate and like get electrocuted, get dumped over the side of the yacht or whatever. Instead, he's like, no, just don't worry about it. You're fine. I've taken command of the like cell off of you. I've given it to Jackie Yen, always referred to by full name. I love Jackie Yen. We'll get to Jackie Yen. Just chill for a bit. Just relax, right? This organization doesn't tolerate failure to the extent of like you are now on paid vacation.
And so again, we get like a nice little
really
scene
interesting
of, like
character
henchman
thing.
slice of life.
Yeah.
He's got like an incredibly hot Lebanese girlfriend just on the side.
This guy has the only actual inner life of any character in this
straight
movie.
up. They should have tried doing this with the other characters, but that's fine.
Oh well.
I wanted the rest of the film to be about him.
Right? It's true. Same.
He goes to like this club and he gets his girlfriend and he's like, listen, I'm about to get fucking Kronstein at work. We talked about this. We're gonna have to like, grab the passports and just go. And
But the only place his passport is taking him is to hell.
There we go. There we fucking go.
Very good.
Blam.
Because he gets fucking Kronstein.
He gets
so Kronstein. What happens is she's like, oh, you fucking old piece of shit. Like, genuinely, her line is like, what are we supposed to be? Like, am I going to be your wife or your daughter? We cut to the saddest, flattest belly dancer in the world doing, like, the Fortnite default dance.
Hey, that's not nice. Come on. She's fine.
No, genuinely. And then we cut immediately back to him lying stone cold dead on the ground.
That's right.
Well, she takes his glasses as she leaves, and he's like, he does the Velma line and everything. He's like, oh, I can't see without my glasses.
Can't read without my subtitles, yeah.
Yeah, and then we see like a guy walk in a shot with a gun. My theory is I think this was shot a lot wider than our cut is, because quite frequently there are people just off the side of the framing.
Well, I noticed at the very end that the titles went over the edge of the screen. So I think this got cropped down from its original presentation somehow.
fucking pan and scan or some shit. Anyway, regardless, so a guy steps in and then we cut to the belly dancer and it makes a bunch of loud noises and you're supposed to be like, my man's been shot.
Then we have to meet like the
there
B
goes
team.
the only character that we care about.
Then we have to meet the Henchman B team because now they've got like a new team of henchmen that we can enjoy.
That's true.
So we've got Jackie Yan who's in charge. We've got Mongo, and then we've got a guy who I just called Number 3. He's just a normal guy.
Also
Why would you do this? Like this is the famous movie thing to do, which is that you kill off the characters that are interesting halfway through the film and replace them with other characters who are set up to do the exact same thing. We love it when that happens. What?
Developed.
so number three goes to report. He gets given the glasses by his girlfriend. And he goes to report to Jackie Yen, who is sitting bisexual style on a couch, like with her feet on it, first of all. And we find out that number 3 is a shagger. They're having like an office romance.
Right.
Well, I think they want to, and Jackie Yen doesn't seem desperately interested in this.
I don't know. The way I read this was they were already fucking.
How did we feel about Jackie Yen?
I feel positively about Jackie
do too.
Yen. Yeah. I mean,
could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, she doesn't listen. Maybe the dub is hiding a series of racist accents from us.
Could be. I just mean in terms of like as a character, her inner life, her motivation.
There's not a lot, but like she has a plan and she acts on it. She is in charge. People don't sort of question that.
To be honest, we're just seeing her like at work. We don't know what else she's up to. Maybe she's like on a pub quiz team or something in her own time.
Want to see her on a Ferris wheel? I'm saying.
Yeah. I miss Hamlet henchmen already. And also they have Mongo, and Mongo's like, we don't need a plan. I'll just kill him myself.
Mongo's like, what if I hit him? And they're like, fucking try it.
If I hit him really hard, yeah.
To which the professor's like, fuck it. All right, yeah, that sounds good.
So 3S3 and Yasmin go to Berlin. Berlin? Fuck. So 3S3 and Jasmine go to
in Lebanon.
Also, I made her Yasmin as well. So 3S3 and Jasmine go to Beirut, where they meet Ahmed, the Ali Kerimbe of this movie.
His films have been all out of order.
What's happening? I don't want to meet this guy now. He should be at the start.
I didn't immediately clock him as an Ari Kallenbeck because I was like, who the fuck is this guy all of a sudden?
Just some random, and again, because of the dub, he speaks in the exact same, American voice. So maybe this is also hiding a horrifically racist accent. I don't know.
Hard to know.
Yeah, he is also a CIA agent.
He's our man in Beirut. And we learn that Jasmine is going to visit her father without 3S3 and give him a fake offer of collaboration to Mr. A. And they're going to secretly follow her to find out where Mr. A is staying. Oh, fuck. Then some shit happened that I love, and then some shit happened that I hate. So they're in the hotel, and we discover that 3S3 and Yasmin have separate hotel rooms. And I make a note that's like, wow, that's really good. Because, obviously, in a Bond film, they'd be in the same hotel room, and they'd, immediately shag.
It'd be the fucking honeymoon suite.
Exactly. But then next scene, 3S3 is just staying up late smoking. Jasmine comes in and is like, oh, hey, I couldn't sleep. Can I have a cigarette with you? And then they kiss. And my note's just like, why?
I don't know. They have this really perfunctory sex scene.
Well, I think honestly, the why is checking the box, right? That's all it is. Everything.
This movie kind of lacks self-confidence, and I think she'll get bored if you don't see tits every.
Which is interesting. In this case, she's explicitly been told this man doesn't care about you, who works for the CIA and is pretending to, and she fucks him anyway.
Right.
He's trying to kill your dad. But yeah, so they fuck, and then it hard cuts to a staring Lebanese man, a close-up as well. He's, I guess, watching their hotel from the outside, but it looks very much at first he's just, in the cuck chair in the hotel room.
You can't have sex without a smoke machine, a series of animal ears, and a Lebanese man.
I'm getting really confused as to what a lesbian is.
I think the point, though, about when the movie has or lacks self-confidence.
Lesbian with dyslexia just fucking a guy from Beirut.
I think that's
just push through. You can do this.
I think that's
you have to.
Thank you. I just think that's a really interesting point. That the movie is at its most interesting and strangest when it is being weird, right? The memorable scenes are the scene.
Abby is fucking dying on camera right now, and Josh is making a heroic attempt at finishing the sentence.
The lesbian Lebanon joke just fucking God. That's so good. I'm sorry, Jack.
They're always my favorite jokes we do, like the room ones where like, I don't know if anyone else will find this funny, but we're dying.
I have no idea.
I'm
I just
very
put the
proud of
the...
all of you in this moment.
That's not what I want to hear. I want to bring you on the podcast and be like, well, I had fun.
Oh,
3S3, brother. Listen, there's a reason we asked for help on this one.
No, but so it's interesting at the very beginning too. Like you were like, Alice, you're like, we're so sorry we made you watch this. I had fun throughout this frequently, and it was the times when weird shit was going on, whether it was the strange musical choices or the scenes that didn't seem like they were supposed to be there, or the really weird dubs. The fact that 3S3 sounds like this the whole time. He's such
it's awful.
He's got a really
weirdly nasal,
really cool secret agent voice, and all of these different things combine to make this movie that is just such a bizarre watching experience. But then, as in this scene, the, I guess, seduction scene, it falls back on a trope without really knowing what it is that trope is for. It doesn't understand what narrative it's trying to construct. It's just following what it sees as the signposts of a quote-unquote spy movie. And I thought that was fascinating, honestly, because, and I know you have watched many more of these bad spy movies than I have. So, like, for me, I was seeing this sort of with fresh eyes. But in this scene in particular, to the point of like, well, why the fuck is this happening? It's like, well, because it has to happen, right?
Yeah.
The spy gets the girl.
Gotta tick the box.
It's like AI Bond.
Yeah, basically. I mean, so the plan is she's going to go and like see her dad. They're going to follow her. He has deliberately siphoned half the petrol out of her car, which sort of implies that like post-sex, he just like creeps down with a hose into the parking lot.
That's when he nuts. Not till then.
Yeah.
Right.
He just like holds it in,
What he does is he takes the hose, right, jumps it into the gas can, sucks on it, the gas starts coming out. He uses the gas as lube while he's jacking off, and that's how he finishes.
Horrifying. Thanks so much. So my next
the
note.
Most dangerous
I don't even know how we get here. My next note is bartender pours worst beer ever. Asked to leave Lebanon.
Is this the bartender where the shot at the first is just her boobs?
Yes.
Almost
Oh yes.
My note here is, love the shot of just the bartender's boobs. This is a good movie.
We've skipped ahead a bit so Jasmine,
nothing happens.
Jasmine drives off to see Mr. A, being followed by Ahmed with the tracking device.
Of course.
Bond is being followed by the goon from the cuck chair. So he leads him on a bit of a wild goose chase. He's confronted by him. Goon pulls a knife and Bond kills him.
Goon.
Every criminal organization got the cuck goon.
And then Bond goes to rent a boat because Ahmed thinks there's an island nearby they can use as a base. And that, the boat rental place has a bar with like a titty bartender who he just like blatantly looks down her top.
Yeah, and like half a pint's worth of head on this beer. Like reprehensible.
Horrible pour. You're fired.
Not the kind of head you want from that woman.
No.
Hey.
So he like drinks his beer, at which point Mongo shows up.
Yes. Mongo enters the scene.
Mongo's here. We got a Mongo, everybody. Hell yeah, baby. First of all, the references to the character Mongo from Blazing Saddles. Look it up. It's not
Mongo
a fucking...
Santa Maria. It's
absolutely nothing
to
to do
jazz musician. Yeah.
With what you're thinking.
It's a weak joke from Blazing Saddles that we have chosen to die on the hill of using.
Sadly.
I thought maybe you were talking about Mongo Jerry and the Rumple teaser.
No. It's the big, strong kind of like taciturn guy in Blazing Saddles.
Yes, to make the counterpoint with Mr. Surname, which is the other kind of henchman that Bond has. It's Mr. Surname and Mongo. God, I hate our language that we have developed over the course of this podcast. When is getting very bad.
The first scene, I could see Josh's brow furrowing, trying to work out what the fuck we meant by a 009, but I can't not think of it in those terms.
Yeah,
now.
we've just become so troped out. So they have a fight, which 3S3 manages to win through the power of editing. He just kind of beats him off screen.
It is literally not clear to me how he's winning this fight.
Yeah.
Because like, every shot is of him getting his ass kicked and then it like
destroyed.
Hard cuts.
Yes.
To this guy taking damage.
I'd love to slowly advance on my enemy grinning. That's like his favorite move to do, while like 3S3 like throws chairs at him.
Odd job move.
Yeah. And then after some like nonsensical cuts,
classic Waffle House shit. He's catching the chairs out of the air, just redirecting them, no problem.
There's like one cut, and after that, the guy is like dead on the ground in the perfect Yamcha death pose. Like
Just
it's
perfectly.
uncanny.
I don't know how he won. It's simply
What did
not
he
made
do
clear.
to that man? What did he do to him?
I like that the way too that they telegraphed that a fight has happened was that they basically just had him like rumple up his shirt and unbutton a couple buttons, you know? It's like, this is how you know that action has occurred. Because if it weren't for that, and the fact that like, you know, it's telegraphing that there's this guy on the ground, we would have no way of knowing what actually happened here.
He's just sort of breathing heavy, like he's become hurt. He's got the status effect.
Right.
So now he has to hide because
a henchman calls it in to number 3, who is
number 3 shows up with some goons.
Well, number 3 is in bed with a beautiful woman. This woman is a prop. I just want to make notes of these misogynistic moments.
The fucking like the command cell polycule, you know. So yeah, he leaves Jackie Yen's Metamor, and they're on some special tactical unit shit. I don't know what to tell you. And he goes with the goons to try and like lock down this area of Beirut.
Yeah,
and, like,
they're searching house to house. It's interesting.
It's nice to see minions put in the legwork.
Yeah, it is.
You know? You seldom do.
It is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
they're so small and they're so yellow.
For God's sake. Unfortunately for them, this quarter of Beirut contains the horniest woman in the world.
MILFs in your area.
Yeah.
If there are any Lebanese MILFs out there, hello. But
sorry, I'm just checking my notes. I meant to say lesbian MILFs.
I'm sure there's at least one.
If there's, getting sort of very confused here. So they search her house.
You're a Jordanian MILF. Do not get in contact.
Lebanese MILFs in Beirut. Well, yeah, that's where they'd be. Like.
My French teacher growing up was a Syrian MILF, which, felt very normal about it. Anyway, so they search this woman's house, and she's like, oh, yeah, I don't know anything apart from the fact that I hate my bitch husband, which is... heterosexuality is a prison. And...
Yeah.
Number 3 gets her number, essentially. It's like, listen, I'll come back and like search some more later, maybe.
Search your pussy.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And she's into it. And as soon as they leave, we find out that 3S3 has been hiding in the most nonce possible way. She's been washing a bunch of her underwear in her bathtub, and he's been hiding amongst
this was
them,
so fucking good.
Oh, this is ride or die, by the way. This woman, never seen before, never seen again. However, in the opening, like when these goons come to her door and one of them spots that there's like blood on the floor, she cuts the palm of her hand behind her back and goes, yeah, there's blood. I've cut myself. Like, for just some stranger?
Yeah, she hates her husband that much.
Some guy who is currently like... just like noncing her underwear in her own bathroom.
Well, and the wild thing too about that shot of him in the tub and sort of arriving right through a sea of panties is that it is played.
It's like going to Narnia for fucking.
Me arriving at the live show.
It is played more or less completely straight. Like this is not played for laughs, which I thought was really something. Like, they seemed to think that this was an impressive, dramatic moment that we were all going to be like, good job, Agent 3S3. You, with your quick wit and your incredible thinking and your love of underwear, you're just like me.
He does flirt with her a bit on the way out, and there's some gender roles here because she's like, she's like, first of all, I hate my bitch husband. Second of all, you're so handsome and muscular, and he goes, you're so pretty and unmuscular.
I have that too. All of my lines from 3S3 in my notes, I wrote out in all caps so as to remember to say them in the Agent 3S3 voice. So, you're so pretty and unmuscular.
Sounds like the Riddler.
Yeah, what? It's quite a revealing line there too. To be like, listen, if you're afraid of a muscular woman, you're a coward. and a fool.
And you're listening to the wrong fucking podcast, baby.
That's right. Get his ass.
That's fucking right.
Right.
I did arm day today. Feeling huge.
Yeah.
What fucking happens? My next note is
He
goon
steals
fight
her husband's boat.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
he fucks her, and then he steals her husband's boat.
to go to the island base that they have.
Meanwhile, Jasmine has been driving to meet Mr. A. And 3S3 fights some goons, and then he stabs number 3, but manages to get away.
Yeah, this is...
He does fight some goons. He can't fucking fight.
But when he's about to stab number 3, he gets the knife off of a goon, and this goon is the slowest moving motherfucker in the world. He's like doing the thing where he's like coming up on him, he's tossing the knife from hand to hand, and it takes like an hour to get across from one hand to the other. I also appreciated that this whole fight was taking place in the lighthouse area from Sapienza in Hitman. Yeah.
There's something quite fun here, which is that this guy has to win these fights because of the way that it works, but he can't fight at all. So he's in this like, there's a bunch of guys coming at him, and it genuinely reads like a Steven Seagal Aikido demonstration. It's just guys like standing perfectly still and like getting shit punched out of their hands and fucking
approaching him like joints first. We go back to Jasmine, who has predictably like run out of petrol thanks to him sucking off the car earlier. And
of course,
Ahmed runs into her in his car. And he's like, hey, where are you going? Where's the secret base that you were headed to? And she's like, oh, yeah, it's just over there. Can you give me a lift? He goes, sure, gets her in the car, and then chloroforms her instantly and bundles her into a Jeep. I would hate for this to happen
This is a classic situation. This is like every other Thursday for me. It's not a big deal.
Absolutely. The number of times I've been chloroformed.
The third time she's been knocked out this movie. She's probably fine.
She spent more time unconscious in this movie than conscious.
Did you not have just like Asta?
No, you gotta have the chloroform. The thing about the chloroformed handkerchief, right, or the chloroformed rag, is imagine if you forget that it's chloroformed and you just blow your nose into it and just like perfectly knock yourself unconscious.
They would find you unconscious, and then they'd be like, "What happened to you?" Oh, there were 10 of them. They came upon me as a surprise.
So at this point, Ahmed,
why is it that she needed to get chloroformed? I didn't actually understand this.
Again, like, she's completely on side.
It's like recreational. I don't know.
I thought maybe the movie was going to do like a double agent thing where it was like, oh, this guy's been working for Mr. A the whole time, so he's chloroforming her because he's going to try to do a return back to Mr. A, and then 3S3 is going to have to come through and save. Like that is the
would have been way better.
That's the only way that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. He just loves chloroforming women.
Yeah, well,
like
I think they wrote this film once and then didn't go back and check.
Yeah, I mean, they shot this back to back with the sequel, right? Which was Agent 3S3 Massacre in the Sun.
We'll get to it.
God, I hope not. So at this point, Ahmed is like watching the house that he's had pointed out to him through binoculars, and because the movie thinks that you're going to get bored if you don't see tits, he sees like a woman bathing in a pond.
What the hell was this scene? This
is genuinely like it's like.
There's no connective tissue.
No, there's nothing. It hard cuts. Like he sees this woman and she's like, "Oh no!" And he goes, "It's a hard day." And then it hard cuts to them on the speedboat.
Missing.
Like she's not there anymore. She's gone. She's on the
movie.
movie.
Don't
Don't worry
give us a solve in the next scene, but it was just like completely unnecessary.
It's like his.
What are we doing?
You can practically see his eyes do the Looney Tunes cartoon thing of like popping out. Auga, auga.
Yeah.
It's
Tex Avery. Yeah.
Very strange.
So at this point, we get the reveal, because number 3 goes to meet the professor, who says, yo, I want you to burn down the villa. And Mr. A says so. And number 3's like, I don't think Mr. A would say that. And also like, he hasn't been here in 6 months. Are you sure Mr. A said this? Fuck you. And then like, number 3 pulls a gun on him. The professor slaps it out of his hand, and he says, what makes you think Mr. A isn't here right now? And I was like,
damn.
He was Mr. A.
Well, actually, he wasn't, as we later discovered.
But you believe maybe for a bit that he is Mr. A. Mr. A, who I guess would be a pirate, because she says
he's half
of her. Yeah, because half of her blood. So like that's her dad. Her dad is either the aristocrat and her mum was a pirate, or he's just like been a pirate and is like incredibly light skinned.
Yeah. Please, Mr. Pirate was my dad's name. Just call me Pirate. Yeah. No, this is strange too, right? Because we are supposed to at this point be so invested in the drama around Mr. A's true identity, right? And we're supposed to also like have this inherent sense of what Mr. A is and what he means and why it's so remarkable. It's like, Mr. A surely wouldn't do such a thing as this. And he's not been defined in any meaningful way up until this point. It is hanging so heavily on a characterization of a character who we have never seen.
What's the microfilm about? What did he do to that man?
It's Mr. A's secret porno tape.
My next note is that the next bits are filmed like basically in darkness. I just wrote I can't see
shit.
Yeah.
I can't
so
see
the
fucking.
reason Ahmed perved on that girl was she's the caretaker's daughter for the villa. So he arranged a date with her, and like that allows 3S3 to sneak into the villa. Whatever. Some goons
Here I
arrived
come, sneaking into the villa. Oh boy.
Yeah. Here I go sneaking again. The goons arrived to burn the joint down.
Some goons speaking pointedly untranslated Arabic.
Again, as always, if you provide a translation every time you don't.
So Ahmed figures out, well, if they're burning the villa down, there must be something in here that they don't want us to have. So they confront the goons, and a gunfight breaks out in the dark. Hard
Still
to
can't see
what happens.
I don't know. It's not a stylistic choice. They just didn't have like it's like night for night, and it's not good.
So now they've got a bunch of like goon bodies, and 3A3's like, we'll put them in a truck with some gas canisters and push them off a cliff. Great.
Fuck it.
Meanwhile, we can search the villa for whatever it is they don't want us to find. And they figure out, well, if they're burning the place down, it can't be a document or an object because they would have just carried that away. It must be something they can't remove from the villa. And I was like, oh, that's quite clever, actually. But then it turns out it is something they could have removed from the villa.
It's true, because they find on sort of decoding a like Morse code for the letter A button press.
Let me hang on a fucking moment.
Any of this?
I don't care what the reasoning is. You can't make the password for your base the letter A. I don't care if you're
wonderful moment where 3S3, after they're trying to crack this code, he just says, try A. For Mr. A.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe it's HD for Henry Duval or whatever his fucking name is. And like, that doesn't work. I'm like, all right, maybe it's A for Mr. A. And they click in, it opens, and I'm like, that is not secure.
Literally second guess. Like, get some two-factor authentication, my fucking dude. Like, I could have got that by accident.
They enter into Mr. A's goon cave, where they find that he is not only a pirate, but a pirate skeleton.
Yeah, he gooned
the
himself
most piratey
to death.
kind of pirate.
It's true. He's got this tricorn hat on. He's like slumped over. He's like just bones at this point.
Yeah.
Which they could have carried out. They could have removed Mr. A's corpse from this place. They could have done. They didn't have to.
Well, they couldn't crack the password.
Yeah.
Clearly, what the professor did was murder him, take his identity, and then entomb him in his own goon cave, where he was like stinking up the walls as he decomposed.
He promised him a really, really nice cask of Amontillado.
So he's just like. At this point, 3S3 is going to have to break the news to Jasmine, who I can't stress enough is like on a chloroform hangover at this point, that her dad is also dead, and has been for like years at this point.
Yeah, he says at least 6 months.
And at this point, Ahmed, being the only intelligent person with any kind of like spy knowledge, says, well, look, we don't know what the fuck's going on here. Like, this took us by surprise. But we do know, because we've been in the villa, that Mr. A had a lot of like rare art and archaeological stuff. So maybe we could speak to an art expert or a dealer who could help us figure out like who he is.
He's figuring it out.
Before they go, 3S3 like tries to comfort Jasmine, right? And he has two methods of comfort. Method one.
You have a pretty little face and a cute body.
Which
thanks, babe. Cheers, man.
The cute baddie. What is it about spy movies and the ability to pronounce body correctly? Like, damn, you've taken good care of your baddie.
That is such a fucking Zap Brannigan ass line, isn't it?
Yeah, and that doesn't work, so he doubles down on it, and the weird addiction hits again, and he goes,
I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'd be glad to cut off one of my arms if it would keep you from being involved.
Is that on the next page of the script? I'd cut off one of my arms If it would keep you from...
Kill
Bury
Bond!
me with my Agent 3S3 arm. So Ahmed goes to see a couple of art dealers, and the second one of these, fortuitously, is the evil professor, who's like, no, I haven't ever really spoken to him, hammering the button on the underside of the desk. And this button, what it does is it like sets off an alarm in the sort of goon
This is awesome.
repository.
This is awesome.
And activates
rips.
a TV on the wall
That's
with
right.
like footage from a hidden camera
That's
of
right.
this guy, presumably to convey, follow this guy out and kill him.
Because this seems to be the set that's the goon room that's like this is
We can't say goon cave twice,
it's
but it is a
the
goon
other
cave.
goon
Another
cave.
goon
It's
cave.
the one that those guys were getting debriefed in at the beginning
Big
of the
TV
movie.
on the wall.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just Jackie Yan's Goon Cave.
That's right. Girls can do it. The girls can do it too, y'all.
Good for her. It's a shame what they did to her husband.
There will be some members of the audience who don't know
should
what
be
a Goon
allowed to
Cave
have a
is,
Goon
and I
Cave.
advise
That's
you
okay.
not to look it up.
It's a cave where the goons are from, obviously.
Yeah, that's where the goons
It's like
are
a
stored.
base.
Yeah, base would be a better word for it in hindsight.
Yeah,
I love-
like a layer.
I love too that like
Use this phrase in your day-to-day life.
the camera that like shows what is going on, right? That is a secret surveillance camera of some sort. That what we see is this shot of not just the camera's perspective, but we repeatedly get this shot of a camera like coming out of the wall in what I can only describe as a pretty phallic way. I just thought that was nice. That was a little bit of gender. I just noticed that.
It's nice. Love a camera.
So we follow 3S3 for a bit, doing nothing important, because what he has to do is discover that Ahmed has been followed back to the thing. Jasmine, the most kidnapped woman in the world, has been kidnapped again. Ahmed is fucking dead.
Yeah,
He's
everyone
dead.
in the back of the good guy town is dead.
Right.
They
Oh,
use
no.
probably the same Lebanese Air Force helicopter from OSS 77 to like machine gun the island to make sure there's no survivors.
But 3S3 surprises them and shoots them, and then he
does.
He takes the helicopter.
Takes the helicopter, yeah.
He tortures a guy. He tortures the pilot, and the pilot's like, "They're on a yacht," and he's like, "Great, there can't be that many of them in Lebanon."
A yacht, perfect, thank you.
My next note, and I have no idea how I got here, is Jackie Yen is AGP coded.
Don't know how you got there either, but they're in Jackie Yen's car, and Jasmine's in the back. Jasmine attacks the driver of the car, which
Instant Kronstein.
yeah,
Perfect.
good Kronstein Rosette. Yeah, okay. Is it above and beyond the cause of killing yourself? I guess actually, yeah.
I guess.
Jackie Yen has a good line for this, where she's
It's like a weird
listen, if you-
glitch for winning the Kronstein. So you attack the driver of the
You
vehicle.
automatically get it if you
Yeah.
attack the driver of the vehicle that you're in.
Yeah. But Jackie Yen's like, if you're done sort of like earning your Kronstein Rosette, you can like stop trying to crash the car that you're currently driving in. I think the AGP coded bit is because she's like immediately after this, she's fucking number 3, and she's like looking at herself in the mirror the whole time.
What? That never happened.
Well, I don't know. It's like after the fact. Like I don't.
That never happened. You're making shit up. You're inventing like a different movie. No, then we cut to Jackie Yen in the bath.
Yes.
And fucking like number 3 is there, and he's like, "Yo,
But this is like it's post-coital, surely. Like it's coded that way.
I don't know. I'm not
think
sure
it
that I
is.
agree. I think she's just in the bath.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I think
To be
he's-
honest with you, I'm looking at it now. Doesn't look.
Anyway,
I think
number
he's
3
found her in a moment of weakness, right? Like
Yeah.
that's kind of what's going on here.
Maybe I'm just insane. I don't know.
Quite insane. Number 3 threatens her, and he's like, "Look, Mr. A is dead. We all know that now because of some bullshit that happened a minute ago that's not important. So now his daughter, Jasmine, is the heiress. And he points a gun at her and he's like, look, give me the girl and then I'm going to use her and then I will question mark profit somehow. And she has this great line where she says,
I have the.
yeah?
Well, I hope it's this one, but.
I hate violence when it's used against myself.
I believe this, but I believe that's also the official position.
Same.
Of the-
Wow, yeah, no, dude. It's the official position of me too, man. I would hate that.
Yeah.
Just bleep the identifying part.
I love violence, but not when it's used against
myself.
me.
Yeah,
Actually,
no.
it's not
I hate
true
that.
either.
Sewing, fantastic.
Reaping? Hate
this
that
shit
shit.
sucks.
So Jackie uses her sexuality as a weapon, a thing that no woman in a spy movie has ever done before. Because she's like, oh yeah, cool, I'll cooperate with you. She puts on her underwear to kind of distract him, and he kisses her neck. There's a fun moment where she's like gonna reach for her bag, and he beats her to it. It's like, aha, you put a gun in your bag. I'm not gonna fall for that one.
What she doesn't do, however, is wipe the soap off of her body, which that just seems like, come on, it feels bad just having suds on you. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Got to put some moisturizer on, girl.
It's a 1960s suit getting like wet, like a wool suit.
I hate that.
Jackie Yen smells of wet wool. It's quite odd. But then she pretends that, I was just getting my makeup compact out of my bag, but it turns out it's the makeup compact that kills you instantly.
Yes!
It is.
Yes!
Finally, a gadget, like fucking 90 minutes in.
There was another one that we haven't mentioned, which is the fucking tracking device, which will come out.
Oh, in the
later,
sunglasses.
Right? Yeah.
That's what that was.
I was so thrilled for the reveal of the makeup compact that kills you instantly. I was just like, we had been wanting something like that this entire time. And the way that the makeup compact that kills you instantly works is somewhat unclear in that we don't see the trajectory. Like, it'll shoot a dart out, I guess, but the way,
much like the pipe that kills you instantly.
But the way that they stage it, you don't actually see the trajectory of the dart itself. They do the thing where it's like, hey, I'm pushing the button to shoot the thing, and then it whip pans or cuts to the person holding the dart in their neck. Yeah. Which is classic. We love it.
It shoots out the front when you like slam it closed, I think.
Right.
So this is what I'm looking at.
So obviously now Jackie Yen is gonna like seize control. She's gonna be the new Mr. A.
No, she's not. She's what film did you watch? She's making out with the professor. They're in it together. They're a couple.
Mr. A here.
What it is like I am so bored at this point. I'm watching a shitty actor who couldn't make it in the US tracking a kidnapped woman in a Lebanese military helicopter in an unusually specific repetition of a movie I've already seen, and it feels absolutely purgatorial. That's what I'm thinking. And so of course
you don't
I'm
think
like,
this is important to do look at these.
Does it say something about masculinity? I guess. But probably the same thing as all of the other ones. And so, like, the sparser bits of my notes are just like Jackie N is AGP coded. I don't remember what inspired me to say that. I'm just trying to stitch it together into some kind of an entertainment product.
Can I ask a question, which is what AGP coded means?
No, you can't. You can't answer that.
How long have you got?
Next question.
In any case, she's not AGB coded because she's HSTS because she's making out with the professor. They're in it together and they're taking over. And then
that's what it is. She moves from like one guy to the other guy. Yeah, okay, fine.
So 3S3 rocks up and he's like, "Yo, I'm a colleague of Ahmed, that guy you killed earlier on. We work for an insurance company. Can we
hammering the like kill this guy button?
Can we go down to the yacht? Can we just you and me, Professor, go down to the yacht?" And the professor's like, "Yes, the yacht where I will kill you." But then they get there and 3S3's already killed the crew and he's like, "Aha, it's a trap, Mr. B," which he says twice because he thinks he's really clever.
Yeah, and then what we get is a sort of something I do appreciate, which is an old man boss fight, where it's the end of the movie, we've killed all the other goons, and so the old guy whose thing is just like planning has to also be able to throw hands out of nowhere.
I really like, though, that before they fight, the professor says, "Well, what have I done that's illegal? Like, I haven't committed a crime. I didn't kill that guy. I don't know anything about it. This was all Jackie Yen's
from
idea."
him. He's like, "I'm a birthday boy. You wouldn't hurt me. Technically, I've only knowingly overseen all of these crimes."
Yeah, and he's also like, "I have information about Spectre. I'm way more useful to you alive." And then they have a fight.
Yeah,
which is kind of shit.
So okay,
the fight is not good.
Yeah,
there's a guy named Steve. I don't know. I don't remember which guy's named Steve.
He's the professor.
It's Professor.
Yeah, that's Steve. Professor Steve Dixon.
I love a bad guy named Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
my
easy.
Dad's name.
Steven Jackie.
Yeah, if someone wants to like get into my bank account.
Steven Jackie.
Password to your bank account is A.
Steven Jackie is the swinger couple that you run into that you don't quite know what to do with, right? It's like, hey, I'm Steve, and this is my wife, Jackie.
Like, okay.
So really into the like pineapple motif.
Right.
Yeah, so he has a fight. he wins the fight, and then he has to decide whether or not he's gonna kill Professor A, because he has the like good luck charm bullet, right?
Yes. With an A on it.
With the A on it.
My God.
It's like, am I gonna do it or not? You know, like this is a real like moral choice. You know, kill or spare Professor A.
Which does he do? Because my notes don't.
I don't remember what he does.
I don't remember either. It's because it's such a bad movie. It doesn't register. I think he kills the guy.
He doesn't use the bullet though, because he still has it in the next scene.
Oh Christ! What does he do? What did he do to that guy? I don't know.
He sucks him off.
Thing, right?
I'm just watching it now.
What happens to the villain of this film? None of us can remember. It's so
my God! All right, it's scene to scene. Here, come here. It's scene to scene transition again. He fucking judo throws the main bad guy onto the floor, and then it hard cuts to the next scene.
Okay,
we don't know.
Okay,
like
great.
It just isn't in the
All
copy
right,
we had.
let's choose our own adventure here. What would we like to see happen?
Yeah, he judo throws him so hard he dies, and now he has a keychain
because he doesn't show up again. So
no, he's just dead.
Yeah.
So then,
I love movie. I think movie is so good.
He goes in to rescue Jasmine.
Hard cuts to Jasmine sat on a sofa, by the way, just like no movement at all, just like the most static scene you could possibly hard cut to.
Yeah, and he rescues her from Jackie Yen. And Jackie Yen is like, "Oh, you got me. Let me just go into my purse real quick for my makeup."
Hold on, I need my makeup.
My perfectly normal makeup compact. Don't worry about it.
Cunty in my mugshot.
Yeah, that's right. And then there's a line, almost the like last line of the movie, that independently destroys both me and Abigail, where he takes it off of her. He knows it's the makeup compact that kills you instantly. He doesn't like do anything. She's like arrested, I guess, but he takes the makeup compact and goes,
"What a pretty little trinket."
That line didn't destroy me at all. It didn't do anything to me.
Oh yeah, of course.
No, I don't understand why it would.
What he does is he uses it to execute
an unnamed
a guy we've never spoken about before.
This is the most cursory klebbing I've ever seen in my fucking life. This is another one of those things they've just ticked off, which is guy tries to kill you at the end and you get him.
That's right.
But what happens is this guy... No, he doesn't...
He's just a guy.
Listen to me. He doesn't even kill him.
This guy's literally, I shit you not, Steve's butler. We've seen him in a couple of other scenes where Steve has like gone, "Hey, can you do some shit?" And this guy in a fez has just gone, "Yeah, you got it, boss." And then
not clear if this man is criminal.
Well, he
walks in.
He looks like a fucking NPC from Hitman, is all. Like, and not one of the targets. Just a random fucking NPC.
What he looks like specifically is an NPC from the Morocco level of No One Lives Forever. The deepest pull I have.
Yes.
But like, he's got the fez. Like, you never see a guy in a fez. And it's
I want to be
shame.
clear here. The kill is not intentional because it's just 3S3 fucking around with the makeup compact. He just closes it and it shoots the dart out and it kills this guy who's got a knife in the doorway, and we just like look at him and he hits the ground and it cuts. We're like, who is this guy? Did the guy just die? Hold on, wait a minute.
We spend longer on the death of the unnamed butler than we do on the main villain of the film.
He gets like judo thrown like through the floor, I guess.
What a beautiful
like,
little trinket. I wonder what this does. Oh no, I killed the guy.
Oh well, whatever.
and then we have to put it all together by putting 3S3 and Jasmine on a plane.
Classic ending again. Another.
Yeah, and back to Vienna, where he's got a week off to have sex with her. And she's like very into it, but then he gets a telegram at the last second that's like, "You got to go be in the sequel."
Agent 3S3 will return.
And the last shot of this is he leans over to kiss her, and it pans up to the air hostess just sort of gently smiling at the camera, and then it cuts, and you go, someone made this. Like a whole team of people spent quite some time making this movie.
Learning that Lebanese people just love to watch other people get it on.
Just really beautifully.
Not just Lebanese people. Come on.
We're learning so much about foreign cultures. We've learned in that one movie that like Turks are very sexually liberated. Now we've learned that the Lebanese enjoy cucking.
And Jesus Christ.
Definitely.
This is It's not
This
the
one was
worst.
bad.
It's not even the most mediocre, but it is by far the least memorable. Let me be absolutely clear about this. I watched this 2 days ago, right? That's how little time it has taken me to like. It's gone. It's completely gone from my memory.
I know what this is. You know how we've been going through these movies and learning what each person on a film set does by their absence? So, like, we had that one film where the sound editing is bad, and then we've had film where the moment-to-moment editing is bad, and where, like, the scene-to-scene editing is bad. This is the one where the script writer didn't fucking turn up. We've learned what writing a movie requires by watching this unwritten nonsense.
Would you believe that this was the director's first movie?
I would. And I would say
no, I
no,
would,
but
yeah.
that actually makes me think better of it.
Yeah, that's actually fine then, I guess.
He did a couple of like spaghetti westerns, which are like remembered better than this in general. But yeah,
What director's name? Clint Eastwood.
credited as Sergio Salima as he was born. Yeah, so
a noble first effort. I hope on the next one you hire a scriptwriter and a DP. I'm Agent 3S3.
Oh, we're gonna see 3S3 again.
Passport to hell. I really hope we aren't.
I desperately hope we don't. I will say this though: the next movie we have to watch is OSS Sunday.
Oh, thank God!
It's Andre Unibel. It's not the same. It's not Cohen Matthews,
Oh,
but it is.
Fuck off!
He only did 2. I'm so sorry.
But at least we got the next best thing to a Bond, French Bond. What do we think this movie says about masculinity?
Oh, it really says a lot about society and masculinity and things of that nature.
It's interested in the masculinity of the full beer arm wrestle.
That's what I keep coming back to. Right? That is the most interesting scene in the movie. And
Yeah,
by far,
easily.
and not. What I think is interesting about it is that it's not trying to be anything. It's just so clearly a sublimation of the, I don't know, latent desires of the people making the movie. Like that they were like, oh yeah, this will be interesting. Let's communicate what it looks like to be a guy trying to dominate in a space that is like controlled by other guys for the sake of pursuit of women. But not in a way that has any resemblance to what that actually looks like in reality. And so you end up with this very homoerotic, gay-coded scene where the women are incidental to the scene itself, which, I mean, if you wanted to extend that further, you could go on for a while about that. I don't know if that is, again, it doesn't say a lot about society. No, not really. But it is kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah, I mean the women in this are like completely perfunctory.
Yeah,
they're like window dressing, and I think there is a distinction to the way in which women are used as window dressing in this movie, as opposed to a lot of other movies we've seen,
including Bond movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Where like it's trying to do the thing of like, check out these beautiful women in bikinis. Please stay interested in our movie. Please continue to watch the movie. But it's because the scriptwriter didn't show up. It's not doing anything. It's just kind of like wasted effort. It's like a flywheel that's not connected to anything.
Weirdly, at the same time, some of the female characters like have a bit more agency than they do even in modern Bond films.
Yeah,
like I've certainly seen more offensive portrayals of female characters than Jasmine and Jackie.
Yeah.
And I think that visually, in terms of the camera angles and stuff like that, you get an attempt at replicating the male gaze with some of these shots of the women, but it doesn't feel like the heart is in it in the same way as when you get the shots of the dudes fighting, right? Like, in terms of the raw sensuality of it.
Yeah. To have a male gaze, you have to have a gaze. And this is just like, it's sort of barely
You get a bit of it when those dudes are fighting, though. Like, that feels somewhat sensual, and that's interesting to me.
Well, maybe what this film says about masculinity is that it's actually not really done for the sake of women or even in pursuit of women, but it's a kind of homosocial thing that men do to each other.
Yeah, it's just like this mediocre spy movie that they cut in the fight scene from like Women in Love into the middle of. It's like,
wait a minute. Are you telling me that you invent?
Just sit down, close the door. But like, I've been meaning to talk to you a bit about these strange rituals that you've been inventing.
You've been inventing rituals to touch other men.
These elaborate rituals. Yeah, can we talk about the elaborate rituals?
They never want to talk about the elaborate rituals.
No. I mean, we don't have to speculate about what this movie says about masculinity because we have a science-based system. It's called the SCUM system. It stands for SMARM, cultural insensitivity, unprovoked violence, and misogyny.
Good.
So on a scale from 0 to 7, how smarmy is Agent 3S3 passport to hell?
That's a great question.
It sort of defies
I don't
the
know
question,
if I can score
doesn't
it
it?
on that axis, honestly.
Like
It does
I think
try
it
to be.
It tries to be, but it's like someone with like a recently chloroformed person trying like.
You have a pretty little face and a cute butt.
And like
It's,
you're
like,
so pretty and
smarmy.
unmuscular. Is like
Yeah, it's smarmy. He sounds like Zach Brannigan, but at the same time, like it just kind of doesn't land.
Yeah,
at
less
all.
smarmy, more concussed, maybe.
Do you give a Nobel Prize for attempted chemistry? Like, does attempted smarm get us?
I think it does. We think we've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Give it like a 4.
Maybe like a 4 with
Like-
an asterisk by it.
Yeah, a 4, but a weird 4.
Yeah.
Like the 4 is in a strange
Sure.
font on the table.
Yeah, actually, that's okay. Yeah, italicize it.
Yeah, cultural insensitivity. I
Could have
mean,
been worse.
It's not as
Could have
bad
been
as
a
you would
lot
think.
worse.
It's pretty fine. Like the only thing that would give me some trouble here would be the belly dancing.
Right.
yeah, and that's like
Even
it's like
that's-
stuff that there is in Beirut, but there is also shown to be lots of other stuff
Yeah.
in Beirut.
There are characters
that
of color
isn't
with like names and
stereotypical.
agency, and there
Yeah.
are like a variety of characters of color.
Well, Beirut's a real city in this. Like, you know,
It's almost like a character.
Oh,
in the movie.
it is like that. It really is like that.
His relationship with Ahmed is better than like fucking that guy's relationship with Mr. Sonsak.
It's true. I think this might be really low, actually. I'm struggling to think what we would give it a cultural insensitivity point for. What would we like ding this on?
I don't want to let that slide. Did you just dab?
I sneezed into my elbow.
Yeah, no, but you did a dab, a sneeze
No,
dab.
but you threw the
sneeze-
other
the
arm
sneeze
out.
dab.
It was so
Yeah,
fast too. I was so impressed. It was like
I may have done that by habit.
that was fastest dabber in the West. That's what they're calling Abigail Thorne.
Just mid-sentence, someone has stories. I'm like, huh?
Sorry.
I had a student like
I just
that one
had to
time,
sneeze
actually.
into my elbow.
A reflexive
No,
dabber.
I respect
They
it so
teach you
much.
that in medical school. You dab
course,
when you
yeah.
sneeze.
What would?
Yeah, I
Where's
mean,
where's that one even coming from?
Just
like
latent.
Orientalism.
60s. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Jackie Yen, she does kind of wear a chum.
Yeah. We got a dock at a point for Jackie Yen, right?
The belly dancer. Yeah, she's like duplicitous. I
Tropes
guess
of the
one, but to be
duplicitous,
honest with you-
hypersexed Asian woman, right? That's
it's a low one. It's one of those things where like putting it at 0 feels inaccurate, but putting it at 1 also feels a little inaccurate. But we're not.
Yeah.
We're fucking with integers only, so
Right.
1.
We're not in the business of being
Italicize
fair
that as well.
to these movies. Yeah, italicize all this shit. Unprovoked violence. I mean,
6 at
Uncle
least.
chops a woman in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opens the door.
Okay, that's a 7 just for that scene alone, right? It's gotta be.
Yeah. It's got to be up there. He like deliberately has his own boys shoot one of the other henchmen. He does something to a number of men off screen that leaves them in the
Like,
armchair
question
death
mark.
pose.
We don't know what he did
He
to
doesn't know what he
Mongo.
does to the boss
What is he
of the
what
movie.
Does he do?
We don't know what he did to Mr.
We
A.
don't know what he did to the
Maybe it's,
antagonist.
maybe it's like
of the
Grizzly
film.
Man. Maybe it's like it's too terrible to show.
Yeah.
They
Like,
just cut that. They were like, we can't put this on.
this is
Yeah.
too
4
fucked
again?
up.
Holy shit.
5, I think.
Okay, 5.
Yeah.
I think to like Uncle chop a woman in the face as soon as she opens the door gets you.
It's pretty
comfortably
unprovoked.
Yeah,
I'll tell
that
you
was
that.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
intense.
true.
That was
And
intense.
also, he
Now-
kills the unarmed butler.
He does
he
kill
does
the other.
kill
That's gotta
that
take it
guy.
up to a 6, right? Like because these are
I think it might do.
not only
yeah.
are these unprovoked, they're unnecessary, right?
Well,
Yes.
but he kills the unarmed butler unintentionally.
Well, he shouldn't have done that.
He doesn't feel bad about it.
He doesn't at all. No. All right,
Yeah, no,
fine.
he doesn't.
Fine, 6. 6.
Six.
It's 6 for violence. Misogyny.
Pretty high. There's a
yeah,
lot
it's
of women who are
pretty-
props in this film.
It's pretty high, but it's weirdly it's high without a lot of like personal animus in it. Like I don't hate this movie for it because there's nothing to hate. It's just thoughtless.
Right.
It's just kind of yeah.
If we give it a 6 and take 1 back because there are some female characters with agency,
I would say a 5 for this.
5?
Certainly, yeah.
Cool. In that case, that gives us a total score of 16, which is pretty run-of-the-mill. It's like a Craig Bond.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's nicer than this deserves. I'll be clear. This is not a movie you should watch.
No, but
but barely a movie at all.
Well, that's the
barely
thing.
a movie you can watch.
Just watch the bar scene.
Yeah,
you can find the bar scene on YouTube, and I highly recommend that you do. Maybe we can make the episode art the guy getting beer poured on his head. Very, very sensual. But yeah, no, that's Agent 3S3, Passport to Hell. God, I really hope that we stop. What's the next? Let me open up the document here and
this
see what
one will.
it's
OSS 117, Mission for a Killer.
Yes,
this episode will have come out after Abby's bonus pick, which means the next one will be mine. And I haven't decided what that is yet.
No, because it won't be until like the second week of December. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit, that's coming into like Christmas specials type territory.
What is
we have the Christmas special booked after.
What is the date then that it'll be releasing?
This will be released December 6th.
Wonderful.
Right. Well.
So Josh, where can the people find you?
Sorry. Oh my god! It's a question for me. I was so scared. I was alarmed. Sorry. You snuck up on me there, just like Agent 3S3, and I didn't know what to do. Yeah. So I am available on the internet. You can find me at BoschJ on Twitter. I co-host a podcast called The Worst of All Possible Worlds, and in this podcast, we do case studies in the pop culture of a dying empire. And a couple of the case studies have included one illustrious Alice Caldwell Kelly, the co-host of this exact show.
Of times, yeah. Oh. It's been a delight. It's been a pleasure. I highly recommend Worst of All Possible Worlds. I think you should go, you should listen, you should subscribe to their Patreon, subscribe to our Patreon.
Yes.
It's a good long form one. I've used it a lot of times when I'm in the studio and I need something that'll take me like a while.
And
so
I would say specifically, if you are interested in spy stuff, which you probably are, given that you are listening to this show, we do have an episode of our sub-series called Wit's Endless Summer, in which we recap a few really, really terrible episodes of a Christian children's radio drama where they tried to do like a James Bond thing. So that episode is called You Only Whit Twice. It is episode 106. Nice. I would recommend checking that out because if you want to hear what it sounds like when an insane evangelical American man tries to write a Bond movie in radio play format, oh boy, it's a doozy.
Outstanding.
I do want to hear that. I think I'll be checking that out when we're done here, to be honest with you.
Josh, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to the listener. And we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Has been directly or indirectly responsible for a series of atrocious crimes and has become a most dangerous menace to the security of half the world.
Thank you for listening to yet another episode of Kill James Bond. Next week on the free feed, it's the winner of our 5 million downloads viewer invitational, where you get to choose what the episode of Kill James Bond's about. And you beautiful people have chosen Master and Commander. That would usually be going in a bonus episode slot, but since this is a special reward to all of our fans, not just the ones who give us money directly, but give us money indirectly by making the podcast more popular. So that's going out on the free feed. And then after that, also on the free feed, Die Hard 2, Christmas special. Then, also on the free feed, Goldfinger with no notes. Don't give us money this month is basically what I'm saying. Because the special episode for the fans is always going to go out on the free feed. Righto. Well, anyway, speaking of those people who have chosen to give us some money, cheers for that, by the way. Our £15 and above patrons are Space Northport, Low Bjornsdottir, Candy Fox, Freya Aloysius, Gustavo Lira, Jack Holmes, Mike Berg, Hannah Oberhart, Nick Boris, Power Dad, Nato Mori, Jason Hager, George Rohart, Kentucky Fried Commie, Drone Lover, Yarrick, Melody Moro Gonzalez. Why is my Patreon all in German? Labor Delenda Est Callan Bernie. I don't know, man. You should figure that out. Jay Martindale, Trip, Library Hitman, Max Gaimanhart, Jonathan Gerd, Mothman, Beef Crime, Jack Drummond, Kit Divine Top O, Steve Widdershins, Maeve, Victoria Roth, Elia, Rosie Can't Fail, Help Send Horses and Men, Claire, Forrest L. Norvell, The Project, Lenina, Emerus, Commissar Ozymandias, Just the Worst, Hell, A Trans Robot, Joyous Ooh, Zan Hutchin, Lexibomb, Violet Cybra, Isopodcal, Annie Ruby, Katie Probst, Rod Sukar, Bronan, Clarification, Noblesse Oblahai, John 2089, Connors Cool Big Sisters, Sergeant Jack Rum, Seng Shen, Liz and Ash in Florida, Alex, Corvid Cultist, Wolscott, Quinn Valeri, Grendel Growls, Al Irwing, Wolfie, Philippa Smith, Christmas Flavored, interesting. Finn Ross, Robert Greensmith, Lectrover Cyber Puppy, Abigail, Loz Pycock, Megacombi, Emily Queen of Sloths, Turths Eat Shit and Die Alone, Josh Simmons, Zoe Shepherd, Vay, Talkative Tiger, and Lauren Bastin. Thank you for supporting us. I hope you make this show possible. Kill James Bond is Alice, Abigail, and Devon. Our producers are the wonderful Nate Bethay and the stunning Mr. Tom O'Mahony. Our website is by Tom Allen, our art is by Maddie Lubchansky, and I am a sleepy little fella, and I'll see you later. Wow.